Hi, this is Les Green with GrasshopperPebbles.com. Today I'm going to discuss a new Magento extension called Responsive Menu. The Responsive Menu extension integrates a jQuery plugin named gpResponsiveMenu. You can find out more about the plugin itself on GrasshopperPebbles.com. The plugin allows for multiple menu modes or different menu displays based upon CSS media queries. Um, so the first thing that we have to do in setting up the responsive menu with Magento, and I'm using a local copy of my devoutgeek.com site. So under system configuration, you'll see Grasshopper Pebbles responsive menu. And there are a number of settings, and I divided them into navigation settings, navigation toggle button settings, additional settings, and media query settings. So the changes that you'll make, you can use the default for most Magento themes. Um, but you may change them depending upon what you're trying to do or what that theme actually has, how it's laid out. So the first item under navigation settings is the current navigation parent. As it suggests, this is the parent container for the existing menu. Then the current navigation is the container for the existing menu. So you have a menu. A lot of times you have a UL as the parent for the menu itself, but then that parent is sitting, which is the navigation parent, is sitting in something else. So that's the distinction between the two. Then the navigation parent is the container where you want the responsive menu to be placed. So if we look back here, this area here is the container for the existing menu, and you may or may not want the navigation to be placed in that same area. But you could keep the defaults. Navigation position. Whether the navigation menu will be the first or last element in the container. And the underlying code is just jQuery, or just put it, will either prepend or append. And the navigation caret, which I'll show you, during the demonstration of the menu itself, is just a symbol that lets the user know there are children under here. Click, so you can click here. So that's the navigation settings. Then we have the navigation toggle button settings. So this is the actual button itself that will trigger the display of the menu. And you have two types, and I've set it to icon by default, but it could also be text. The nav toggle icon class. So this is the class that will be used for the to style the button itself. And if you look, actually the design of the responsive menu product banner, these items here are all of the built-in colors that go along with the jQuery plugin. and they all have their own class. Each color is a different class, and I currently have it set for Y, and you'll see in the CSS file um, the different colors. It's one file, I'll go into that. I'll go into that later. It's just the styling of the icon. The nav toggle parent. So you may want the toggle button to be in a different location than the actual navigation. I don't have anything here, so that means it will be in the same, the toggle button will be in the same parent container as the menu itself. And nav toggle position, whether or not the toggle button will be first or last in the container. And so right now I have the toggle button set for first in the container, and I have the navigation itself set for last. Okay, additional settings. Page wrapper. So one of the query modes is or menu styles is the split view. And that's where the menus display on the left, your content displays on the right. And in order to do this, the plugin has to know what's the wrapper for the wrapper class for the entire page. And in this case, and a lot of Magento themes that I've seen, it's just wrapper. So that's the default. The parent menu prefix is set to all. So basically what this is, when a menu has children, there'll be an additional item that will display for all children. It's hard to explain. I'll show you during the demo what that all is. Active class, that is used during split view. It will set the body. The plugin will set the body to this class so it knows how to style the various elements on the page. And show close button. This again is for split view. When you click on the toggle button, it will open and close the display of the menu. You can additionally have a close button in split view that'll display on top of the menu items themselves. Okay, media query modes. Now this is the most important part of the plugin itself and the Magento extension. So this tells the plugin what mode or what display type do you want to use during certain media query modes. So you have 5 options: inline overlay, select, which is just a select menu, split view, which we discussed a few minutes ago, vertical, and vertical overlay. And there, in the demo section for grasshopperpebbles.com, it will show you how each one of these appear. And so right now, and again, this is my local copy of devoutgeek.com. I have it set so if the query mode, so if the screen, if the size is 480 to 767, I want to display, use a vertical mode. If it's 479, and by the way, if there's no minimum given, that means the max is 479 and nothing lower, or to 0. It will display a drop-down menu, a select. And I just added this just for demonstration purposes, the split view. So if the screen is 768 to 900, it'll display the split view. So to demonstrate, okay, so now my screen is set for it's somewhere between 768 and 900. And you see the icon displays, and again, this is the style, the icon style that I used out of one of these, which is, this is Y here. That's the one, that the class that we set. Again, there are icons that are built in, but you can create your own and give it your own class. And so this is split view mode. If I click on the button, the items display, the menu items display. Here's the caret. So the caret allows you to click more. Here is the all, or the prefix. So it's set so that, so under apparel, I can click here and it'll be all apparel, or the children under apparel, and you'll see it with anything that has children, all downloads. I don't have a close button on top, so you just click that to change, to close the menu. And so this is the same menu. So if I go back to the wide screen, so this is the same menu, just in a different mode, or just regular mode. Okay, so if I change my screen, let's change it to, okay, so now this is 476, or I don't know what the size is, but I think this changed. So now this is the vertical mode. And I didn't really style the background, but I could. It's just taking the background of the header here. But I could have made this a different color background if I wanted it. And again, here are the carets, and you close it. And if it's even smaller, so now we have the select, and everything displays there. Let's switch it back. Okay. So again, that displayed the vertical, which was 480 to 767, the select, and the split view. And so basically, no one's actually going to be doing it while they're on your site switching between the different modes. But if they open your site on the phone, you might say, I want to use a select, when it's on the phone, 479 or lower, and you want to use various other modes in other situations. And again, it uses media queries. I do give an example files for each of the modes. Here's inline overlay, page overlay, split view, vertical overlay, and vertical. And so basically in your CSS file, like this one is the one for split view. So I have 768 to 900, and you'd had the various stylings for the buttons themselves. And that's about it. That is the responsive menu. Enjoy.